A little windy for the canopy.
We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun.
Good evening. So this is the Kingdom of God class. Each evening we'll follow a kind of a format. We'll have a guest speaker talking about a parable. Tonight the guest speaker is Carl DeVere. Give it up for Carl. And our hope is that you're not going to just learn about the Kingdom of God, but that you will experience the Kingdom of God in some new ways.
So I wanted to start with the term that Alex has chosen for this first section, and it's the primacy of the kingdom. How often have we heard this phrase? What is the purpose of life? A lot of people are scratching their heads about this, but we should not be, because we know that the primacy of the kingdom is first. God is first. It's not the why, it's the who. And the vision of the kingdom shows, in this section, we're showing a community moving toward the margins instead of orbiting around the already safe.
I've already mentioned the message that they both give, John and Jesus. It's here. So after all this, thousands of years of a battle between earthly kings and the king, an allowance of an earthly king that's God's king as a representative or a prototype of the final king, timelines given, suddenly John shows up, the final Old Testament prophet, and says, it's time. The kingdom of God is actually here.
So Alex, can you talk a little bit about the book of Job, in the very beginning of the book of Job, right? And God and Satan are there. And it seems like a trial, right? And he asks Satan, where have you been? And he says, just passing through the earth, right? So is that closer to what you're saying is the kingdom of God?
Yeah, I think what I'll say about that, and Job is an interesting book. And to me, what it speaks of is how God uses evil to accomplish his purposes. That one message of the kingdom from the beginning of Job is that Satan is not the king. Even though he's expressing a lot of authority, he's still submitted to the king. And so that's another example of God's kingdom being greater than. The secondary question is, why does God allow this stuff to happen to us? And I could give you that answer, but I would have to charge you $9.99 for that answer. Christ in us, the hope of glory. Yeah, the miracle, Paul says the mystery of the gospel is that we're bringing in the outsiders, the Gentiles. To me, the miracle of the kingdom is that we get to be participators, and we also share in the authority of the kingdom in bringing light to darkness. That's a whole lot more exciting than getting saved and going to heaven later on. So the kingdom of God really is a stunning message, and that's what they heard because they were reproducers of Jesus, the 12, the 72, us, potentially.